In the wake of the tragic events of 9/11, thousands of individuals now cross the U.S. southern border illegally every day. We delve into this complex issue and its relation to the ongoing threat of terrorism. But first, let's remember the fateful morning of September 11, 2001. The morning of 9/11 terrorist attack. On that September morning, 4 commercial flights took off, only to be hijacked by terrorists. We explore the timeline of the 9/11 attacks, reflecting on the shock and heartache it left in its wake. Between 7:59 a.m. and 8:42 a.m., 4 commercial flights departed from various locations. 2 took off from Boston's airport, another from Washington, D.C., and the final one from Newark, New Jersey. Shortly after takeoff, each was hijacked by Al-Qaeda terrorists. The hijackers then steered one plane into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. 17 minutes later, the second plane crashed into the second South Tower. 34 minutes after that, Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon. And finally, 25 minutes later, Flight 93 crashed into an empty field in Pennsylvania. The deep-rooted trauma. The roots of the 9/11 tragedy stretch further back than many realize. We examine the events leading up to the attacks, including the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan and the assassination of Egypt's president, which fueled the resolve of Islamist extremists. The 9/11 attack wasn't an isolated event but the culmination of several preceding incidents. Key among these were the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan and the assassination of Egypt's president. Many Islamists were convinced of U.S. complicity in these events, fueling their determination to retaliate. U.S. anticipation and response. Before 9/11, the U.S. recognized the looming threat posed by Osama bin Laden. We investigate the efforts made by political leaders, law enforcement, intelligence agencies, and the military to thwart the impending terrorist threat. The threat posed by bin Laden was not lost on the U.S. Even before 9/11, concerted efforts were made by political leaders, law enforcement, intelligence agencies, military officials, and diplomats to thwart the looming terrorist threat. Unfortunately, these endeavors proved futile. Changes made to the United States border controls after 9/11. In the wake of 9/11, there was a significant shift in U.S. border controls. We inspect the enhanced counter-terrorism measures introduced and the array of sophisticated technologies employed to secure the border. The aftermath of 9/11 marked a significant shift in the operations and technologies within American borders. Enhanced counter-terrorism measures were introduced, aiming to surpass the efficacy of existing drug and immigration controls and achieve a 100% deterrence rate against terrorism. The U.S. Border Patrol uses a myriad of technologies along its border, from K-9 programs, laboratories, and scientific services to electronic sensors placed at many locations along the border. These technologically advanced sensors can detect people, animals, or vehicles crossing our borders. From infrared satellites and night vision to video cameras and other technologies are all used to detect illegal entries. However, the effectiveness of these technological efforts has been called into question. The unchecked influx of multi-ton drug shipments and the tens of thousands of undocumented immigrants crossing the southern borders raise concerns. If such vast quantities of drugs and undocumented migrants can pass through, how can we ensure that terrorists with malicious intent are deterred? Immigration and terrorism, is it a constructed connection? With over 200,000 immigrants crossing the southern border illegally in September 2023, we scrutinize the belief that undocumented immigrants may increase the risk of terrorism. Considering multiple factors, including the origins of migrants and their potential implications for national security, this figure marks the highest level of illegal immigration in 2023. This translates to approximately 10,000 illegal immigrants daily, besides the legal crossings. Such numbers are staggering, leading many to question their implications. A pressing concern is whether this surge in immigration might foreshadow a terrorist event akin to 9/11, or if there's no tangible link between illegal immigration and terrorism. Firstly, there's a perception that undocumented immigrants increase the risk of terrorism. This belief stems from the idea that they might introduce individuals with terroristic intent. An analysis of around 400 global jihadists active in North America and Europe from 1993 to 2004 suggests that while many immigrants aren't terrorists, a significant proportion of terrorists are immigrants. While migrants can sometimes inadvertently facilitate the spread of terrorism, it's crucial to differentiate. Generally, it is thought that immigration reduces the risk of terrorism. However, not only does that not cover all scenarios, but the risk amplifies when migrants originate from nations known for terrorist activities. For instance, accepting refugees from countries like Syria or Afghanistan in the past heightened the host nation's vulnerability to terrorist acts. What about China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea? If the entire world is in a state of attrition in the face of military buildups, as we see in foreign countries today like China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea preparing for World War III, it is completely naive to think that one of these countries would not use the avenue of illegal immigration to introduce chemical, biological, nuclear, explosive, and cyber attack weapons against our citizens. If the United States cannot even stop illegal drugs from entering our country, how can we stop all the other threats? Undocumented immigrants present a distinct challenge. Unauthorized migration offers an ideal pathway for potential terrorists seeking to evade detection. Those with criminal backgrounds or affiliations with terrorist organizations have powerful incentives to remain undocumented, exploiting any available means to enter a country illicitly. The U.S.-Mexico border poses terrorism risks. Concerns about potential terrorist threats associated with illegal border crossings remain at the forefront. We dissect the catch and release policy and review recent footage depicting the challenges of managing this issue. The Border Patrol released 76% of the 1.3 million illegal border crossers it apprehended during the audit period. The release conditions depend primarily on voluntary compliance. From the Catch and Release Program, the Hill, Biden's catch and release system for illegal border crossers is a failure. Why doesn't the U.S. government send 10,000 soldiers to the southern border and stop the crossings? Recent footage from CBS and NBC news outlets depicted over 40,000 individuals illegally crossing the southern border just 2 weeks ago, underscoring the escalating nature of the issue. Even if just one out of the thousands crossing daily is a terrorist, the threat remains significant. It's perplexing that while the U.S. can allocate billions in aid to Ukraine and Israel and deploy aircraft carriers to Israel and the South China Sea, managing the influx of illegal immigrants at the southern border remains a challenge. 2 aircraft carrier strike groups as sent to the Middle East can have as much as 15,000 sailors. Adding to the concerns, a video circulating on Instagram allegedly showcased Chinese migrants crossing the U.S.-Mexico border. Reuters reported that from October 2022 to March 2023, over 6,500 such individuals were apprehended. By July, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection recorded this number swelling to over 17,600, marking an all-time high. Migrants find tips on the Chinese version of TikTok for the long trek to the U.S.-Mexico border. Reuters. Homegrown threats looming large. While illegal immigration is a valid concern, we must also confront the threat of homegrown terrorism. We delve into cases where legal U.S. immigrants or citizens have been involved in acts of terror. As the Orlando nightclub attack exemplifies, if you are gay, Jewish, or Christian, you better think about Islamic terrorism in the United States because they are coming for you. Why doesn't one of our past presidents say something about the border crisis? We address the lingering question of why past presidents have not been more vocal about the ongoing border crisis and the complexities of managing illegal immigration. The surge in illegal border crossings presents a complex national security concern. Balancing the principles of opportunity and compassion with the need for border security is a formidable task. Our safety is a shared responsibility, and understanding the nuances of these challenges is the first step in addressing them. Thank you for joining us in this exploration and analysis. Stay informed and vigilant, and we'll continue to examine crucial issues in our next presentation. Until then, stay safe. Goodbye. Thank you.